Okay, today we're going to talk about the importance of celebrating yourself, and I hope that I'm being heard crystal clear. Hold on. I need you to help me remember what I was saying a couple of minutes ago, Sean. I was talking about people not celebrating themselves, specifically their birthday. So I was having a conversation with somebody who doesn't believe in celebrating their birthday. And their argument was people can celebrate themselves 364 days out of the year. What difference does their birthday make? My argument is, how can you celebrate all of those days and forget the mile marker? It literally doesn't make any sense. How can you show gratitude that you're here and say that you have peace and negate the day that you were born? Or treat it like it's nothing. It literally doesn't make any sense. It sounds like sadness. It sounds like misery. It sounds like something is unmet. It sounds wounding. It sounds like an issue of self-worth. It sounds like a traumatic response. Yeah, it sounds like a form of survival. Because when you are surviving, you're hanging on to like broken pieces. When you live, you celebrate. So you mean to tell me that 364 days out of the year, yes, this was exaggerated, but it's still a point. 364 to 1. And then I said something about comparing it to when Shrek, the movie Shrek, when Rumpelstiltskin took away the day he was born. That's like that. How does that make sense? What are you actually celebrating? If you ignore what got you here to celebrate 364 in the first place. It's like ripping your purpose away. So you consistently fold into yourself without self-discovery. See, you're folding into all of the things that make you run away from actual you and calling that purpose. How can you do that without knowing who you are? How? Where is the joy coming from in that? It has to make it has to. You got to make certain things make sense for me. This will literally make no sense. It's one thing to have downtimes. Okay, you may not have no money. Okay, you may be going through a time where you need to be isolated so you're not around nobody. That's fine. You can come up from that. But even if your circumstances are bewildering, you have people around you that care about you, that think that you are important enough. Even if you do the smallest minute thing to make yourself feel that internal joy. You have to discover something within yourself that helps you feel joy. That's what I was talking about. I was talking about the discovery of self-joy. Because when you discover something, okay, because you mentioned self-care. Self-care was mentioned. And self-care is more than just sleeping or watching TV. Self-care, and this is the part that may get left out a lot, is more than just meditating. It's more than just going to sleep. It's more than just taking a bath. It's more than just reading something. It's about the discovery. It's about the moment of awareness and the discovery that comes with the thing that you're doing. When joy sneaks into that moment. Because the joy, the discovery nobody gave you, and the discovery is something that nobody can take from you. That is the difference between happiness and joy. Happiness is momentary. Joy is something that lives inside of you like the blood that flows through your veins. Doing something for somebody's birthday might make them happy, but it will not give them joy. Joy is their birthright. They have to have that first. And joy is something that has been the thing that's been stripped from so many different people without them realizing it. So those moments of happiness, like those heightened moments of, what is it? What am I? Dopamine. Those moments. Those moments where you feel like you've let everything go because something had to assist you putting the stress down. That.
And people are scared to be authentic off of the strength of. I was just talking to one of my friends earlier, and I was telling him there's 8 billion people. Scratch that. I was talking to my brother. 8 billion people in this world. So many people lose sight of authenticity, choose validation. We live in a time now where the media is so in control of minds. Validation is sought after a lot more than authenticity, and it's become so regular. People are losing sight of who they are. 8 billion people in this world. Everybody is made with their own divine purpose. Everybody is their own divine being. Think about who you were when you was a kid. And I thank God that I'm surrounded by people who understand authenticity enough to appreciate it and keep it vibrant in their lives. But there's so many people who struggle with authenticity, even being brave enough to show the world who their authentic self is, because times have changed so much. Validation starts to like just overtake even the idea of expressing authenticity.
It's always this alignment. This is it. I wrote about this yesterday. It's gonna freak you out. People are afraid to be authentic for so many different reasons. Because once they have this moment of realizing that there's more, it actually causes some people to get scared. Some people don't even feel like, they don't feel comfortable feeling happy. You ever see somebody, you crack a joke, and you can feel that they want to laugh and they just force themselves to keep a stoic look on their face?
Mm-hmm.
That.
That's I can't crazy. It's a buildup of so many different like.
It's layered. It's layered.
It's misfortunate times. I can't even blame. I can't even say times though, because still in this time there are people who choose to embrace, authenticity and happiness and things of that nature. And then, circumstances for certain folks can drive them into a space where they feel like they don't deserve to be happy. Then there's people who choose validation over their authentic self. There's so many different versions. On top of the fact that, like you just now said, there are layers to the method, to the madness that a lot of people are living in.
I was literally about to say that. Like, it's a form of safety for some people. Sadness is a form of safety because it's a familiar. It's like equipment. It's like a armor. It's easier to go with the familiar because the system of your body understands that better than inviting joy in. If you do not make space for it, it's like, so the conversation about us being cell phones came up earlier. But you know how I've always had the conversation with y'all about all the humans are just computers too. It's only but so much you can put on the motherboard before it's overworked. When my phones or computers or your phones, like how it is right now, if it's too much information on it, because there is a such thing, because you have a bandwidth, if it's too much, you have to release yourself from some things. You can't just quiet it down. Okay, you turn the computer off. Okay, you turn the phone off. When you turn it back on, if you haven't removed anything, it's still full. It's going to start collapsing just like it did before you turned it off. All you did was let it cool down, but you did not get rid of anything. So then if you turn it back on and you expect something different, you're now practicing what we call insanity. Because you've done nothing to give yourself relief. You've done nothing to open up space. You talk about wanting a different perspective to come in, but you do not open the space up for it to take place, but want change. I'm not talking to my son. I'm talking to my son. But I'm talking in general about these things. I talk with my kids like this all of the time.
How much sense that made? That sounded backwards.
It's frustrating because it's like having a front row seat to seeing people sabotage themselves and then point at other people and say that that's what they're doing.
It's like watching long suffering and then watching long suffering on one side, on the other side seeing the potential that person really has to embody happiness at a very high level, knowing the potential that the person has to embody, but dealing with the reality of the fact that they don't make space for themselves in that sense because grown accustomed to a state of mind that they don't deserve, or that's just not what's for them because of what they've gone through. Adversity carries with it the seed of an equal or greater opportunity. Adversity should not beat a person up, but we live in the world. Dynamics, repetition, something gets pushed on to a person or a group of people for long enough, it becomes normal. Once something is normal, you're familiar with it. It doesn't bother you. It just sits in your subconscious and then it rests there and it becomes the way that you think, the way that you are, the way that you feel. And then you have to, and then in your mind, you have to grow accustomed to feeling good, to being good to yourself again.
If you let yourself do it.
Or no, that's just how it feels though. It feels like you have to grow accustomed to it when that's something you deserve as a person.
The birthright.
Exactly.
Because people don't see adversity as empowerment, like how you explain it. People see adversity as a direct threat to their form of normal. It's a weapon. Adversity is something that you're not going to give to yourself. It makes people feel out of control. Oh, a problem. I didn't cause this. Wow, where'd this come from? What do I do now? You panic. It's an immediate threat. And that is how the inward collapse starts to take place. You start to internalize it differently and don't see it as an opportunity to advance. See it as a downfall. That's 90% of the people on this planet. That's a lot of fucking people. Because the 10% is over 1 billion. That's a lot of people. So imagine the 90.
Wow. And 10% is trying to encourage 90%. They are capable because if 10% of people see, feel, and live what it's like to just believe in yourself, understand how capable you are, the way that you speak to yourself literally has an effect on the life that you live, how your life feels on a regular basis. If it's only 10% of the world that can feel that and is trying to push that message to 90% who's unfamiliar with it, at this point, after enough repetition of doubting what was once super clear in your mind, that hurt. Pray for anybody who is struggling to see themselves as clearly as you did when you was young, thinking about your dreams, your aspirations, your goals, who you wanted to be, knowing when, because when you a kid, can't nobody tell you nothing. I'm going to be famous. I'm going to be this. I'm going to be that. As you grow up and you start to let the mindsets or, just the trauma that you see around you, like, soak into your space, you have a decision to make right in that moment. Am I going to keep believing in myself as high level as I did all these years that got me to this upbringing to the person that I am now? Or am I going to let what I'm hearing around me, am I going to become a product of my environment?
Or your influences. Because it's this. The one thing when y'all was little, I wanted to make sure that y'all understood that everything that you see on TV is not just in TV. Like, that's not for the people only in TV. It's not for the people only over here. It's a reality that you can reach. So when you're little, depending on the type of household you grow up in, you have people who say, what do you want to be when you grow up? Right? And will literally talk you out of being the thing that you want to be when you grow up. But ask you. But they plant the seed of asking you. And then as
I'm about to curse.
and then as you get older, you get people, the same people, because of their own misery, project why you can't be that. They don't have the skill set nor the interest. God did not give them that skill, because look how they talk about it now. Ain't no wonder why they don't have it. But gave it to you. And because of the system of familiarity, your belief will now start to absorb somebody else's projection. You told me you wanted to be a rapper. What I tell you to do?
Right.
Read the dictionary.
That part.
Give you a composition book.
When I started doing what I did, and how it's prospering.
Because it's about the seed. It's about the seed.
You don't even understand how much your support contribute to me pursuing my goal You are the alpha in my life. Play a significant role. You showed me that you believed in me. Nobody's disbelief could convince me otherwise. Told me I was nice at what I did, and I grew into it passionately. I found real love for it. Every time I was showing you something, I'm getting better. And I could see it in your reaction that I was getting better. That was enough for me. Support really does help a person start the engine. I have so much gratitude for the support system that's around me when I started making music. From the very beginning, putting words together, like knowing how to rhyme. Even like now when I look back, I would never say that anything that I made was trash, but compared to the growth that I found in it, just being inspired and reminded that I was doing a good job growing in something that I really found love for, putting words together, making it make sense, telling a story. I became amazing at something to the point where I look back at how it started off, and even being complimented back then, it's like, wow, I've come such a long way. I wasn't surrounded by I can't do it so you can't do it mentality. I was taught that I could do whatever I want. That's what we in this world for. Us. We are alive for it, to live in your purpose. Find something to be passionate about. Find something to love and do it with your whole heart.
I'm still stuck on this birthday thing. Like, are you serving your ego or are you serving a false purpose? Well, that would be the same thing. If you ignore or negate the day that you got here to live out a purpose, are you really living out your purpose if you ignore the motherfucking day you got here? Is the question. It's so serious for me because I have already, I went through years of doing nothing for myself for my birthday. So I already know what it feels like. And I can say that this is the reason why internally it makes me feel sad for people that are in agreement with not making a big deal out of the fact that out of 15,000 sperm, one decided to make you. And you sat and grew and stretched inside of somebody's stomach. And they pushed you out or got sliced out, whichever way you made it across the gate.
Yo, you just made being alive 100 times more significant than this whole conversation already makes it. And there's so much value in this conversation.
It has way more to do with just you, is the point that I'm trying to make.
Everybody has purpose. 8 billion plus people in this world. Purpose is flowing through every single person who is breathing life.
And yeah, you may come in it as one individual, but you did not get here by yourself. None of us did. You weren't even planning it, but you was just a sperm floating around. Oh, hey, I think I'll just hop inside of this. No. It's not, no. It's not how that go. It's pissing me off because you make one side of it make sense and the other side of it make absolutely none. How? It's like a constant clash.
Appreciate yourself.
Celebrate your life. Celebrate your birthday. See the value in your life. You made it. Like Mom just said, 15,000 sperm cells, and you the one that made it through. 8 billion people in this world, and you are a part of that count. I have been a part of that count for 24 years and counting. You have been a part of that count.
Everything is not just about accomplishments and making sure that you help somebody else. What is the point of helping all of them and then not giving anything back to yourself? God, you know what I think is tied to? All of the, oh, if you look out for you, that's so selfish. You just think about yourself. There's a healthy form of selfishness that I wish I absorbed in my 20s. I really wish I did.
Oh, that's so great.
I really wish I did. I'm seeing it. I saw it in my late 30s. I'm in it in my 40s. I wish I had that motherfucker in my 20s. I do.
But look how you are still.
Yeah, I'm all right.
You are great. You are still dream chasing. And you are accomplishing. You are stepping into goals that you set since your teenage years. Some of it is in progress. Some of it is already accomplished.
So some of them I said, I would never. And look.
Like,
literally.
you can do whatever you set your mind to. You can do whatever you tell yourself you can do. Don't never feel like something is too much.
And doing it. And doing it. And doing it. And doing it. And wish a motherfucker would. Huh?
Don't give up. Send love. Peace,
I mean,
strength, faith, reassurance.
it hurts. It hurt. You know, that's another thing I forgot to mention we talked about in the beginning. Was being given this awesome gift to see people at their finishing point. It is painful. Potential is not a bad thing. Potential allows you to see outcome. It allows you to see the possibilities of different outcomes. It gives you a reason to look at something from a positive aspect. Dare I even say delusion? Because just like it's a healthy form of selfishness, there is a healthy form, a healthy dosage of delusion. Delusion is actually one of the ingredients to manifestation.
You have to see yourself at that state before you even start to pursue it.
Hold on. Delusion is also a lot of people's hero. People are alive because of other people being delusional. Let me go ahead and not think about this shit right now. Let me fill my head with da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Right. I just peeped where you was going with that.
You're diluting the illusion. You're breaking it down into something different. You're giving yourself a different image to believe in so you won't go over the edge. That is what the other side of delusion looks like. Is sometimes it's not what you just want to see. That's the manifestation side of delusion, right? There's the, you know what, let me go ahead and walk away. There's the, this shit ain't gonna turn out good. I already know which way this is gonna go. Let me go ahead over here this way. Slightly avoidant. But if I believe in this moment at 100%, I'm gonna go from 0 to 1,000 in 2 seconds, and ain't none of this gonna be good. Let me go ahead and back this shit up. Let me go ahead and get out of here. That.
You are magic.
You say this all the time.
But do you know that?
I
Like,
know I'm magic. I tell y'all about my twinkle fairy dust all the time.
If
See,
it just started sprinkling out the blue, I ain't gonna say I wouldn't be surprised. I'd probably sit here and, but I would not be surprised.
this is why now I'm still stuck on a birthday thing. I get sad when people feel like they don't, because I know I personally had to overcome that. So I understand it in ways that some people may not realize because I'm not saying anything about it, but also not understanding that being able to see the different possibilities of how somebody's finished looks.
Right.
I don't just see them one way. I see them 7 ways happy.
And it hurt because they can't see it for
And
themselves.
they hurt because they picking one sad way. One. But we'll speak to those other versions. Somewhere in there you believe in them. But something in you doesn't let it out, like you in a cage. For what though? It's not enough of, again, remember when you said earlier, so if it's 1 billion people to the 650 trillion people, and 1 billion people need to turn into the plague of joy. Like you got to start being an infestation of joy.
Just like the same way that people convince the world to step into a state of validation.
Exactly.
We have to start being, what is the word I'm looking for?
Exactly.
Like carriers of influence for joy.
Influence joy.
Success, fulfillment, happiness, longevity, great health, wellness, prosperity, peace of mind. Like, invite in the things that make life feel like it's worth living. Life is worth living. Don't ever forget that. But reinvite those things back into daily life versus pinpointing or hard focusing on hardship and adversity. And remember, adversity, every adversity carries with it the seed of an equal or greater opportunity. Learned that from a fortune cookie like a year ago, and it stuck with me. Wrote it on my board, and I include it in my prayer every day. So adversity don't even feel like hardship to me no more. It feel like opportunities to grow. Every person, everybody, every time you go through adversity, you have an opportunity to grow.
You know, and also trying to help each other get through these moments because they are difficult. Some of us are stronger than others and can get through them by ourselves, but even if you're going through it by yourself, you still need to peek into those windows of encouragement, even from strangers. Like, you could be having so many problems, and walking past a stranger and hearing the back of their conversation can really help you, you know. And I was talking to Brianna earlier, and I said, I was watching this movie because me and her was talking about something almost similar, but not really. It's a little deeper, but I was telling her it's so crazy how much we need each other, and there's something missing that allows us to be that dismissive when it comes to other people. Remember I was telling you, I wrote the other day when I said it's crazy how people walk around talking about expectations all of the time, but you expect respect from a total stranger, and that same stranger would be the one you pick and choose if you're going to help if they were in a circumstance that was different than yours. if they were below you, if they were homeless outside the store, you would judge them, but you would still expect them to respect you, but you won't help them. That's that 1+1. That's that math, that shit that don't make sense. So then I start telling her about this video I came across on Instagram where it showed. Did I send me that? I'm trying to think when she sent me that. Okay, it was these soldiers in looked like they was in Africa or Ethiopia somewhere. They had on all white, and he was standing there, and it looked like I guess they was being punished or whatever, but they were all just standing there in line. You know, I expect they supposed to hold position. And one of them was falling asleep standing up. And the soldiers around them, the first one went like this. When they started leaning to catch them from falling. And when they put their arm up, the soldiers started wobbling the other way. The next one on the other side came and did like this. And they ended up holding them up. I don't even know all of what that was about. All I know is they understood what the outcome would be if that soldier hit the ground. So then if you understand the detriment of what would happen if they just can't stand up straight, you rush in to help them, no questions asked. Doesn't matter if they got drunk the night before. Doesn't matter if they were sick. Doesn't matter if they were sleepy. Doesn't matter if they ate too much. No, you just understand that at the end of the day, if they hit the ground, just like in Drumline, it's not one of us, it's all of us. So then it's my job to make sure that I hold you up. So why would I see you be upset, sad, and indifferent and not say anything to you about it? Why would I see you turning and betraying yourself internally, emotionally, and calling that shit okay? And I'm the blueprint or the spokesperson, not the blueprint, or a spokesperson for why would you feed yourself that type of poison? Like, why would you be that disgusting to yourself? And I sit here and just be like, okay, and don't say nothing.
One bad, one sad.
So, exactly. So then, especially if it comes to partnership. So I'm supposed to partner? Like, that's supposed to be the connect? No, that's oil and water.
Don't mix.
They don't mix. They sit on top of each other, fighting and trying to take up space in one jar all at the same time. They never mix.
Whoa.
It's a whole bunch of people in those type of relationships right now, calling it cool. A, the one with they self, and B, with the person that they think that's telling them that it's okay, and C, with the peanut gallery friends that's making it okay too. Because you know, if you get one person to agree with your bullshit, 10 more are gonna come behind them. And all of them are going to argue the truth. And the truth is 13-1. And that's crazy.
You are magic.
Yo, you got to stop.
Big, like, bro, I'm at a loss for words, just in amazement at how much sense it makes. And if people take heed to what they hear, like, understand how much power lives within each individual person. That's why I'm reminding you, you are magic, because the awareness never leaves your mind, your heart, your body, your soul, your spirit, your energy, your life.
Stop. Thank you. I'm going to stop saying you got to stop. I'm being the same asshole I'm telling other people not to be in. All right, I'm going to stop.
This is really helping. It's like, I have it in me. I'm going to show you. Look in the mirror again. Because if I can see you high level, then I know you can see you high level. You have to believe in yourself again. Understand how much magic you carry within your own bones.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You are capable of whatever you put your mind to, whatever you tell yourself you are going to be, you want to see, wherever you want to travel. You can do that. You can do that. You are capable of everything, anything you put your mind to for the better.
Mm-hmm.
Any negative thought, feeling, emotion, or trigger, return to center. Let it go. With gratitude in your heart for the fact that things are changing for the better. And open up a door for positivity, wellness, great health, longevity, fulfillment, success, prosperity, abundance. All things that serve your best favor. And watch it work. The way you speak upon your life, the way you speak about yourself, has a whole lot to do with the outcome. Speak amazing about who you are, your well-being, the people that you are surrounded by. Speak high level.
And then. Sorry.
Go ahead. I'm listening to you. I'm listening.
What'll start to happen? Because this happens all of the time. When your soul starts to cry out for something different. Because normally what happens is when your soul starts to cry out for something different, you know, your subconscious is the main one. So once that framework understands that you in this conscious realm need to be practicing something different, and that cry goes out, that's going out to the ethers. And so then everything that you keep talking about, that you say you represent, is going to start showing you how you don't hold that behind closed doors. And that's the inner conflict. And then you end up meeting people that meet you at that point of inner conflict, because those relationships are going to be the ones to expose what you really are supposed to be doing. It's not to say that the thing that you do on the outside that other people see you do is not what you're supposed to be doing. It's, do you also devote that type of positivity to yourself? Is it just for them over there? And you got the nerve to celebrate them, but you don't put on your own, what they say about the damn airplane. So you just gonna suffocate, run out of breath saying, oh, congratulations to everybody else. And sit over here like, no, I don't need no accolades.
That means you're living for everybody except for yourself.
My point, and now it's time to go. Cause it's see?
You matter.
So
you matter.
Exactly. Just as much. Because then how would they be able to accomplish what they're accomplishing had you not been the spokesperson or the support system for them? Is it ego or is it purpose? Is it ego dressed in purpose? Because ego is a motherfucker. It got a lot of wardrobe. It's always trying to throw on love's wardrobe the most.
Yes.
It's always trying to act like it ain't there. Like Stevie Wonder to everything. Not trying to be disrespectful. I probably shouldn't have said that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it try to act like you can't see it. Like, you know how, you ever see a kid play invisible? You ever see, alright, because y'all used to do this bullshit. It drove me nuts. It was so cute and funny. But it was just, close your eyes and all of a sudden you think you disappeared just because you closed your eyes.
Yo, I really remember that, bro. That's crazy, because I ain't thought about that in years, and hearing you say it just made me jump back in that little body that really thought I wasn't standing there. I had to open my eyes back up.
That's how ego be. Like, oh, if I close my eyes, they just won't see that I'm ego. No, yeah, the fuck we will. It ain't. We can see. And it's and then all of these things will force you to really look at you. And you're going to do two things. You're either going to start getting angry at all of the people that you don't even realize you prayed for because you was sick of the shit and wanted some changes. Or you're going to eat it and just be calm. Either way, once you tip that iceberg, it never stops chasing you. And that's probably the biggest part of humanity's problem now. It's just it's constantly running inward. But run inward while you are giving yourself something different to feed off of. Run inward when you make space and clear your motherboard off. Run inward while you devote more time being the same thing to yourself that you be to everybody else. Devote.
You are very capable.
Like people devote at work, they devote at church, they devote in their religions. All of that is performance. It ain't that it don't matter, but all of that is performance. And I'm talking about the institution part of it. You know what I mean? Not like your heart is into it. You really love what you do for a living. You really love the God that you serve. No. I'm talking about the institution part of it.
Yeah, for sure.
The part that separates the heart from it. So
Peace and love. Very capable of change. Be authentic. Be yourself. Don't be afraid to be who you are. Living your purpose. See yourself. Be yourself. And you will be happy. You will be fulfilled. You will be healthy. You will last long. Wellness, joy, the pursuit of happiness.
celebrate your damn self. You know, when we was little, I ain't had no money. We ain't had no money. We went to the supermarket, lit some candles, sang happy birthday, right? Because you always celebrate. You celebrate yourself. Why would you not? I remember that phase of me. I always used to go to the supermarket every year for my birthday. When I realized 5 years in a row, I have done nothing. I've only been at the supermarket for my birthday.
It changes.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what's crazy? Still going to get something and sing happy birthday and being surrounded by people who actually love you. It makes you feel special. It makes you feel happy to celebrate yourself.
Oh, I wasn't doing that. But you know what's creepy about that is it showed me exactly the point I'm making is that part of you is a part of you that still yearns for that. I was going to the market, but I wasn't buying the cake.
Oh.
I was creepy. I know what that self-rejection, what it looks and feels like. Oh my gosh. When your birthday come up, celebrate it. I don't want to hear shit. You hear that?
Like that.
That's it. So celebrate. Or don't tell me when your birthday is. You better go get a cookie or something. You better. Where's
Speaking
my
of
lighter?
cookie, I'm about to go get pizza.
Turn the lighter on. Is it snacks downstairs? I always sleep. I don't want no snacks. Good night.
Peace.
Celebrate yourself. I'm not gonna keep going through this shit with y'all. You understand?